Hi everybody, it's Dusty from the Discovery Lab in Tulsa, Oklahoma for another activity that you guys can do at home. Our experiment today is going to be our Astronaut Challenge, where we'll be experimenting with gravity and the engineering process. If you'd like to do the experiment along with me, there's some slides you'll need to get first. The first thing you'll need to do is grab some eggs. You can use Easter eggs if you like, if you don't want to make too much of a mess, but you'll want to weigh them down using something like pennies or rocks. You could also use real eggs, boiled or raw. However, we suggest that you use a Ziploc baggie to keep the mess to a minimum. Outside the eggs, you'll need some recyclables. I just went and grabbed a couple of things that I had in my recycling bin. Plastics, cardboard, some old cartons, and some newspaper. You can substitute whatever you guys have at home. Tissue paper, toilet paper, paper towels, anything that just kind of hang out in the recycle bin, that would be great. We would also want some scissors to help you cut, tape or rubber bands to help you put your astronaut together, and a measurement device, a yardstick, or a measure tape. You also want some way to take and make a design before you get started. I've got some paper and markers that I'll be able to use so that I can come up with my design and draw it before I create it. Planning ahead is a good way to have a finished idea in mind before you get started. While you guys are grabbing the supplies, let's talk a little bit about gravity. You might have heard of Isaac Newton. He famously discovered the law of gravity whenever he saw an apple fall from an apple tree. And he wondered, why does it fall down rather than up or sideways? He posited that there was an attractive force between objects that pulls them together. And the bigger the object, the bigger the pull. For instance, an object like the sun is massive and has a huge pull, so much that it pulls all the planets in orbit around it, all the way up to Pluto and Neptune. The Earth similarly has a gravitational pull, less than the sun, but still very strong. It's strong enough to keep the moon locked in orbit around it. But the moon also pulls back against the Earth. How many guys have heard of high tide and low tide? That's actually caused by the gravitational pull that the moon has on the Earth's water. We're affected by gravity, even though we still pull up just a little bit. We're so small compared to the Earth. Our pull is negligible. The Earth wants to pull us back down. That's why whenever I jump, I go straight back down. I don't go flying off sides. However, if you've ever seen video of astronauts in space where there's very little gravity, like on the moon, you'll notice they tend to be more floaty and stay in the air a little bit longer until they come down. The force of gravity acts the same on every object. If I have a ball that's wooden and a ball that's made out of solid metal, and I hold them at the same height and drop them, they fall at the same speed. That's because we have the exact same pull. We have 9.8 meters per second squared. Half that, something we get pulled. However, we do have to think about something called air resistance. How many of you guys have ever been running and you could feel the wind pushing against you? I bet you have. That's because even though it's invisible, air exists. And whenever we run into it, it wants to push back against us. Air resistance pushes up against things that are moving or back against things that are moving through it. So even though these balls are the same shape and size, you might have slightly different air resistance. Objects that are big or wide tend to have more air resistance. Objects that are small like this tend to have less air resistance. So, are you guys ready to start building our astronauts? Let's get started. I think I'm going to draw an idea before I get started. Now, this is based on the old way we used to get astronauts down from space. they used to have what's called a splashdown where they would land in the ocean. The reason being because the ocean has a little bit of give to it, and you can land a bit more speed because the water could part and move out of the way. So they would make these really strong, sturdy capsules that could come down from space, rocketing at this huge speed because they're falling, being pulled by gravity, splash in the water, and the inside can still be safe for people. So I'm going to come up with something that looks a little spacey. Looking at my stuff I've got here, I think I could make something that looks a little bit like a rocket ship. So I'm going to make a little rocket shape, I think. So a little capsule for my egg. He's going to be in here, nice and tight. There's a cap on the end, and I think I'm going to add, yeah. All right. So this is my design that I think I'm going to try and make. Try to make it look a little bit rocky. I'm going to put a big bit of this stuff on the top because I think it's going to give it a lot of cushion. I'm going to give it some wings so that way then it will go straight. I'm also going to give it some streamers like you see on kites. I think that's going to slow it down because of air resistance. I'm also going to pack the inside with some of my newspaper. That's going to give it a little bit of cushion. Now, whenever these guys hit, they're hitting with a lot more force than we would inside a car. But still, inside a car, we have a lot of the same things. Your seatbelt keeps you safe and secure in there, like I think my newspaper is going to. This squishy part is going to crunch and absorb a lot of impact. We have what we call crumple zones inside cars that are designed to crumple and keep us from getting hurt. So this is something that a safety engineer has to think about whether they're designing a vehicle for space or for the road. Once we start to build it, I'm going to grab this guy right here. I'm going to trim him in half. I think I will use one of my Easter eggs. I'm going to put a little bit of weight in it because this guy is so light, he doesn't land with very much force. And I think I could probably throw him off the side of the building and he'd be okay. I want him to come with a little bit more force. So the heavier I make him, the harder he's going to get pulled by gravity. So he's going to fit a little bit harder. Now because he's the same shape as the other egg, he's going to have the same air resistance. He's not going to fall any slower than the other ones because he's getting dragged. You can use pennies, you can do rocks, you can stand, whatever you want. I think I'm going to use about 6, and that's 6 right there. 6 pennies give me a good amount of weight. So that way, it weighs close to the weight of the relay. Now I'm going to put them inside my capsule. But I said I was going to wrap them up nice and tight into newspaper. If I take my newspaper and I crunch it down tight like this, there's not much place for it to go. It can't crunch anymore. I don't want a lot of air. I want a lot of cushion. So I'm going to make it kind of crumple down. To do that, I'm going to wad this really loosely. And I'm going to pack it in the top, keeping as much air in there as I can to make certain that it's nice and cushy. Then we're putting it in right there. Now it's time to build the cone. I'm going to cut off one of my egg carton tops right here. And you could do this a couple of times if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it only out of newspaper, or only out of cardboard, or only out of egg carton, you could. You could also only make it out of natural material. You go outside and try to use leaves or sticks or something to create this. That'd be a pretty cool challenge. Now I'm going to put this guy over here. Remember, I want this guy to squish. I want there to be a lot of air here so he can squish down and my egg will be protected. It's okay if my rock doesn't survive. My egg is the astronaut. I want to make sure he's okay. Grab a little bit of tape. Press him over the top. go. Looking good. All right, now I need to make my wings. Let's get some cardboard here. Now the wings are just going to help keep it straight. Because my rocket spins and it doesn't hit on this side, so my egg's right here. He's not very well protected from this side, and it can hurt my egg. I want it to go on this side. Wings are going to help me kind of stabilize it, so that way I know this egg is going to hit first, not the side. One. Let's do 2. I think 2 should be enough for me. Fold down those tabs. About like so. Put a little bit of tape on them. All right. So what do you guys think? Does this look anything like a real astronaut would use? Maybe. But we actually want to get a lot of things up in space too. Whenever we send up experiments in space, we want to be able to get them back here so we can see what happened whenever to the things we send up to the atmosphere. So there's other things other than just humans we want to get out, but we still want to protect them in the same way. Okay, last but not least, I think I need to put some streamers on this guy. To do that, I'm going to make little strips of paper. There we go. And then rip those guys in half. Like I said, that's going to give me some air resistance because these guys are really wide and flat. So they're going to hit a lot of air and they're going to slow it down, I think. So how many of you guys have ever watched someone parachute out of an airplane or seen videos of it? You watch people use air resistance because our parachute is big and wide, catches a lot of air. It slows how fast that person falls. So that way, whenever they land, they're a lot safer. Parachutists don't tend to have all this really thick armor like my guy has, so they need to slow down way slower than this guy can. Okay. There it is. Let's see. Does it look like my design? Pretty close, I think. I think I did a good job of all my original design. So now, I've designed it, I've built it, it's time to test my experiment. I'm going to use my ruler, my yardstick, to measure 2 feet of it to see if my egg can handle it. So, 24 inches, 2 feet. All right. About 60 centimeters right here. All right, let's see if he drops and he lands well. 3, 2, 1. He landed exactly like I wanted him to. Right on this soft, squishy end right here. And let's give my exercise. It looks pretty good right there. So he survived that 2-foot fall, no problem. What do you say we test it on an even bigger fall? Let's try 3 foot. So almost a full meter high. And 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that was great. You can see it keeps hitting directly on this soft, spongy styrofoam right here, which acts as a shock absorber to make certain that my head doesn't get any of that jerk that it would come. And yeah, good as new. Hey, that one turned out pretty well. I think I want to try a different design though, and see if I can make one that's even better. Put this guy to the side, put my head down. I think this time I'm going to use a real egg. Now, if you've got eggs, you can use boiled or raw. I think I will use a raw one, but sometimes it's hard to tell which one is boiled and which one is raw. A couple ways you can tell. One is you can give it a little shake. Because the boiled one is solid, it won't slosh or make any noise. The one that's raw, you can sometimes hear the liquid inside, that yolk and that white kind of slopping around. Another way is the spinner. If I take one egg and I spin it, you can see it lays right on its side. If you while, but it just ends like that. Let's try the other one. Oh, you can see that one got on its skin. I know that one is the boil layer. That's because, remember, this guy is soft. This guy wants to slosh around. That means that the forces on this guy are even, whereas this guy is a little chaotic as it swirls around in here. Because the forces are even, it's trying to find an area where all the forces spinning it around and stopping it, like friction, are in balance. So it gets up on a point that has the least amount of friction. It doesn't like a top. So I know this guy was boiled, and this guy was raw. We use raw. To make certain I don't make a mess inside, I'm going to put it inside a plastic bag so that I can clean it up later. Or maybe I can put it for breakfast. Get it in there nice and tight. All right. Now, let's think of what design I'm going to do for this guy. I'm going to go back to my drawing board and think of a design. I want this one to be super crazy. Let me think. I think for this one, I'm thinking like a spike. I want it to be like a moon landing thing. So I'm going to make it have a little basket right here. That's legs. Yeah, that would be cool. So for this one, I'm going to try and make it have kind of little legs, kind of land on, kind of like a cat. So that way these guys can catch it all and stop it. I'm still going to make certain he's got a nice amount of cushion around it using my newspaper. And then I've got a little kind of capsule, cavern to be in. Let's get started building this guy. So I'm going to use my little yogurt container right here. I'm going to grab my newspaper. Remember, whenever I get my newspaper, I want to make certain that I keep as much air in it as possible. If I crumple it, it'll be too tight. This one, it's nice and loose. So if I drop my heavy ball on it, you can hear that it muscles it, and it absorbs a lot of the energy. But if I take one and I make it really, really tight, squish it down, it doesn't have much to crumble. Let's listen to that. Oof, that one made a little bit more noise because it didn't have much air to cushion and block and absorb this energy. So I want it to absorb as much energy as possible to get plenty of air in between the crumble and loosening. So set this guy down here in the bottom, put my egg in, and I want to keep him on with a rubber band. So that will keep him in there nice and snug, keep him from falling apart. Now, let me make some legs so I can kind of catch this guy. After you do that, I'm going to go back to my paper tube right here. Let's make a couple cuts all the way up. I think I said 4 legs. Yeah, I said 4 legs. I'll make 4 legs of this guy. Kind of thin him out a little bit. Tie him up a little bit more. There we go. So, make my legs kind of stick out of it. Yeah. So this one, I had in mind kind of those old moon landers you might have seen where they land around the moon nice and safe and soft. I think that's going to work. So I need to attach this guy with a little bit of tape. Put it on right there. Oh, how's you guys come? What design did you guys come up with? Anything fun? Oh, man. It's a good challenge to see who can create the craziest one. Also, if you have like markers or colored paper, you could make the coolest looking one, the most decorative one. And one more piece of tape I think, get them on nice and solid. Okay. All right, I've designed it and I've built it, and I think it looks pretty close to my original design. Let's see if it works. Okay, so getting my yardstick up here again, going about 2 feet, about 60 centimeters, and let's drop it. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, did you notice that? It kind of slammed down like that. Ooh, I wonder how I can fix that guy. Maybe I need to make him have a little bit more top to it or something. Change the way he falls, because that right there, that worries me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert it. I'm going to add an extra cut and a little more paper to the top. Now, I'm going to stretch this guy like this. And see, like here. Drop it the opposite way now. Let's see. These can act like my little fins and slow them down. Let's drop this all the way up at the top, all the way down here, and sounds like you hit pretty solidly. You keep on that end, have a lot of cushion. I'm moving. Let's see. Any cracks in my head? Any leaks? No. This guy is good for another lunch. You can even continue testing it by making it even higher and higher. Try 6 feet, 7 feet. Maybe if you have an adult, you can see if you can get it on a really, really high place, like a ladder or a set of stairs. Make sure you are being safe and using proper precautions when doing this. Don't drop it near other people. Make sure you have someone to help you if you are standing on a stable spot before you drop it. All right. Well, what did you guys think? What recyclables did you have at your house? I think that my favorite was probably this guy right here. I don't know. This has kind of got a fun thing right there. So remember, whenever we're designing this, we need to have a few things in mind. Whenever we are trying to protect our egg, we need to make certain we're thinking like an engineer. It doesn't matter if this guy gets wrecked. This is the important one right here. Got to take care of him. Give it plenty of space, plenty of cushion, a crumple zone that can break instead of the egg. Make certain it lands or hits the way that you want it to. That's whenever they designed the space capsules to come in, they have a very funky shape to make sure that they hit the water at an exact angle. They also use parachutes to give them more drag or air resistance. Let's go over what we learned today, guys. We learned that gravity is a force between objects. The bigger the force, the bigger the object. The sun, huge force, huge object. The moon, smaller, with a much smaller force. They pull against each other. The earth pulls against the moon, and the moon pulls against the earth. Whenever things fall, they're subject to gravity pulling them towards the center of the earth. No matter what size or shape they are, they still feel the same pull of gravity because the earth is still the same mass. Different shapes have different air resistance because air, even though we can't see it, still pushes back against us as we fall or move. We were trying to design something that would use air resistance to help prevent our egg from getting broken, just like the engineers who helped design space capsules for the astronauts. Hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun doing these experiments with us here. I know I've had a lot of fun going over them with you. If you guys would like to continue your learning all throughout the summer, we will have more experiments and more activities like this on our website. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope you guys have had a lot of fun. We'll see you guys later. I've been Mr. Dustin.